The league's not that good. There's no dynasty out there. The Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant isn't kicking tail every night. I think it's wide open.
There can only be one winner this year, so why not your team? Let's bring in Dave McMenamin to give us 3 reasons why the Lakers can win it all this year. So, Dave, what is your first reason?
The Lakers lockdown defense, Cassidy. They are ranked number 12 in the league in defense efficiency for the season. But since the All-Star break, number 3. You look at the past 10 NBA champions. Golden State won last year, number 2. Milwaukee, number 9. LA a couple years ago, number 3. Toronto, number 5. On and on and on. You got to be a top 10 defense to give yourself a chance. And it's not just that they have the number there, but they have the personnel. You can say if they face off against one of the big men in the league, you got an Anthony Davis, you can anchor your defense. If you face off with one of these fearsome wing players like a Jason Tatum or Kawhi Leonard, you got Jared Vanderbilt to throw on that guy. And so to me, that's where it will begin and end for them if they are to pull off this improbable run. Starting off the season 2-10, ending with the title, it's going to be the defense that carries them.
AD can guard everyone in this league, and we feel real confident when we start switching late game.
Absolutely. You don't need me to say defense wins championships, but especially for LeBron James teams, he needs a good defensive team around him. How about number 2? What is another reason why you think the Lakers can win a title?
Anthony Davis. And it's not just the defensive impact that he has, which is formidable, but he has been one of the best offensive players in the league this season. Now, we have to mention he did miss 20 games with a serious right foot issue, and that could pop up at any moment. That's part of the story that Anthony Davis has lived these last several years in the NBA, unfortunately for him. But when he's locked in and healthy and playing pain-free, which he is doing right now, and quite frankly, he's playing as well right now, if not better, than he was pre-foot injury. And that back then, people were talking about him maybe as an MVP candidate.
You know, a guy that a lot of people like to clown and call him street clothes, and Anthony Davis. I think he could be an MVP candidate.
He can be the guy that can lead them to the promised land. It seems to be this is finally the moment where he is ready to take the torch from LeBron James as the best player, bar none, of the Los Angeles Lakers. And there's not many guys in the league that have the size and the adept ability, quick on their feet, to be able to stop Anthony Davis.
And just your thoughts on Davis on both ends of the court. And Anthony had, Davis.
Will.
Oh, Will, gotcha.
Yeah, Will Davis.
LeBron James, arguably the best to ever do it, but in order for this team to win a championship, Anthony Davis needs to be the best player on that team. All right, the third and final reason why you think the Los Angeles Lakers can win a title in 2023.
The league's not that good. There's no dynasty out there. The Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant isn't kicking tail every night. I think it's wide open. And because of that, in years past, you would say, we can't even begin to have the conversation about a team that might be coming into the postseason as a play-in team, that they could possibly make a run. But look at the parity has been the story of this year's NBA. There are a few teams out there, I think, that are head and shoulders above the rest, but not too many. And those teams, I don't think, scare anybody in the Lakers locker room. And so because of kind of the opportunity that is at their footstep and all the work they've put together to get to this point, maybe this is the time.
What are you guys capable of accomplishing this season?
Championship.
So the Wild Wild West is really just anyone's game. Okay, those are 3 good reasons. You got the defense, Anthony Davis, and anyone could win it, basically, as reasons why the Lakers can win a title this year. But what is one thing, let's limit it to one thing, that can stop this team from winning a title?
The money, Cassidy. The Lakers, to their credit, were able to turn over the roster at the trade deadline, send 5 players out, get 6 players in. All these guys, though, from D'Angelo Russell to Malik Beasley to Jared Vanderbilt, right on down the line, Mo Bamba, Rui Hachimura, all potential free agents. And when you're winning, that's a beautiful thing, right? You're winning. Everybody's going to feel like they're going to get paid and get taken care of. Come summertime, perhaps they'll all be back living in Southern California next year too, because they prove something. But what happens all of a sudden? You're down 2-1 in a playoff series, and you start thinking about, well, hey, game 3, I didn't really get my shots up, and if we fall down in game 4, we're down 3-1 all of a sudden, and I'm getting my numbers. People are start saying, well, he didn't perform in the playoffs, and if I don't perform in the playoffs, am I going to get paid? That can be a whole can of worms. And so while the Lakers, to Rob Pelinka's credit, have given themselves a ton of flexibility moving forward, where they could have a lot of these contracts come off the books and decide to become a major player in free agency this summer. At the same time, there's a human element at play, and all these guys are proud professionals trying to set themselves up, set their families up for success in the future, which means financial compensation.
Go get your money that you believe you deserve.
Interesting. The playoffs are the ultimate mental game, but there's different levels of desperation on this team. Very interesting. Thank you, Dave, for giving us 3 reasons and a reason to ponder as to why the Lakers can win it all and why they can't. We will see. It's going to be a very exciting NBA playoffs. Appreciate you, Dave.
You got it, Cassidy.